sustainable energy technologies, resilient solar energy generation and storage, flexible and efficient solar power systems, storage, mainly storage in terrorism, wars, diseases, education, democracy, population is another problem. So if you look at these problems, the topmost problem is energy. And you know that energy is very important. For in the morning also I explained, without energy we cannot do anything. Energy is the most important requirement. So, but if you want to address the problem of energy, you cannot address the problem of energy without considering environment. So energy and environment go together. I hope you heard of world wars. 2 world wars. How many world wars are over? 2. So if at all there is a 3rd world war, very world war is because of this food, water, and clean energy. So therefore, the unrest what is happening across the geopolitical situation across the world, and now they are forming into 2 different groups. 3rd group is the Indian group. So therefore, all is meant for food, water, and clean energy. Energy can solve most of these problems. So what is primary energy consumption is growing? The energy consumption is growing because of 3 reasons. One is population size is going up, and second reason is standard of living is also improving, because earlier we used to have only less energy requirement, now more, because everybody is using phones, everybody is using cars, all this. So therefore per capita energy consumption is also growing rapidly. Third reason is industrialization. These are the 3 reasons for energy growth. So therefore now we are talking about Vikasit Bharat. You know, Vikasit Bharat, our government says that by 2047 India want to be a developed country. So now the per capita energy consumption, per capita GDP, they wanted to go up. Now I think somewhere today's GDP is 2,500 per person US dollars. So they want to make it 18,000 by 2047. That means we have, because there's a younger generation in 47, you can see how India would be. So therefore, the energy is the most important for development. So that's why you have to see that. What is the energy system? Energy system, there are 2. If you classify the energy sources, broadly they are classified into 2. One is the celestial or income energy. That means the energy which is coming from the outer space to the earth, which includes solar and lunar energies, electromagnetic, gravitational, particle energy from stars, planets, and moon, and of course potential energy from meteorites entering. You have seen now how the space activities are going on, entering Earth's atmosphere. All they are referred to be as celestial or income. Any energy from which comes from the outer space is referred as a celestial energy. There is a capital energy source which is already existing in and on the earth. One of the capital sources are fossil fuels, coal, oil, gas. They are under the earth. So that is a capital energy. And apart from that, you have a nuclear energy and the geothermal. Geothermal, I hope you know geothermal. If you in this college, if you drill a bore, we do not know whether we will get energy or not. But suppose if I ask you whether we can get oil here, means you may say no. But if you try to drill deeper, maybe 400 meters deep, you will get energy, hot energy, which is in the form of geothermal energy. But you should need a technology to drill such a deeper depth. So that is the one. And second one is energy reserves. The reserves are referred as renewables, which are non-depleting. So in this case, celestial income energy is a renewable energy. And fossils, coal, oil, gas, then fission, these are nuclear. As you know that India imports all fossil fuels, coal, oil, just now in the morning I told, coal, oil, gas, and we also import nuclear from Australia. Though our nuclear power generation is very small, nuclear power generation is a pollution-free power generation. It doesn't pollute, but there are other problems with nuclear. So therefore, it is important. And any energy system hierarchy is this. You have energy sources. Where is that slide change? But you have this one. No, this star. This is what. So you can see that energy source and converted to energy carriers and then equipment. Ultimately, there is a primary energy source which includes fossils, nuclear and renewable, and they are converted into high quality energy, which is electricity, and liquid fuels, hydrogen, just now I mentioned, they can be used for any application. This is called energy system hierarchy. So if you look at energy, global energy potential, as I mentioned that we use coal, oil, gas and so on, and they are represented like this and the units are mentioned here. And this is the world's primary energy requirement consumption. If you supply this, this is our requirement world across the world. So you can use these energy sources to consume this. What happens is coal, oil, gas, all these are finite in, that's why it's capital. Finite means after some time they may extinct. Coal may become zero after 100 years, or oil may become zero after 100 years. Oil has a shortage. So these are finite sources here, and if these circles which represent the capacities here, and they may become extinct after some time. That's why we are worried. Two reasons why we are worried about fossil fuels is: one is the finite sources, second is they pollute environment. So therefore, this bigger this yellow color one is the solar. So solar can cater indefinitely because it is a celestial source. It's coming from outer space. It may not exist. It may not extinct. So therefore, this is can be met through this. So the solar is going to be one of the greener and cleaner source. So if you look at energy demand and prosperity across the world, wherever the energy used, and this is the satellite picture of the Earth in the night time. When you look at night time, it looks like this. So this is a photograph of night. Wherever it is highly illuminated. Yesterday, when I was landing, I looked at Coimbatore, how illuminated. It's a widespread illumination. You can notice that. So therefore, you can, that shows that how much energy is consumed in that area. So this is wherever is illumination is here, more energy is used. So can we take a picture like this by satellite? You cannot take like this picture. Why? Because when there is a day here, night is somewhere else. So you cannot take one picture with a complete night. It is several photographs taken and superimposed and made it one photo, because you know that night cannot be same entire this one. Okay. This wherever is illuminated, that means more energy demand, more energy problem, more energy prosperity. But if you look at this, there is a energy poverty here. Some places it's missing. Some places you see that here America, North America, Europe, East Asia like Japan and Australia, they are missing. That means they are energy rich, energy self-sufficient. Energy per capita energy consumption is per capita energy consumption is much higher here. So there you look at some countries, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. There are several million people without electricity, and we have seen power cut in today in our guest house also. And then several million people dependent on the biomass as a primary energy requirement for cooking and so on. So I have mentioned here 1 million people have no access to the electricity. 80% of them are within this area, Africa and in this area. So therefore, therefore it's important. We have seen energy poverty and prosperity. And as I mentioned that we import all forms of fuels. So this is a car. What is the car? I want to ask, what is this car? I think you want to have this car, isn't it? So, you want to buy this car? You are doing this. It's a bench, Mercedes bench. Okay. So, who is producing this car? Which country produces it? German. It's a German car. So German car, and if you if you have money, you can buy it. So what I mean to say is, it's a German technology, okay, and it is here now. 25 years, 30 years ago, there were only two cars in India. One is what? Ambassador and Fiat. There were only two cars. But now, if you look at today, you name any car in the world, they are there in India. Okay, and how many Indian cars in that list? You name any? How many Indian manufacturers are there?
Maruti, Tata, Mahindra.
That's all. Or more. Tell me more. We'll make it more interactive. So in that you are 66% correct. Okay? Why? Because there is no Maruti. Maruti is not a Maruti means Maruti Indian component of Japanese. It's a Suzuki. Suzuki is a Japanese one. Only Indian car companies are Tata and Mahindra. Whereas all other cars are, whatever you name, all are foreign cars. That means it's a foreign technology. And you are taking foreign technology, you have money, you buy it. Okay? If you have a car, what will you do? You will go. If you have this car, you will go here and there. Long drives. Okay? But how does it work? It requires fuel. Fuel is what? Petrol. So where from we get petrol? So petrol is we import from Middle East. Okay? We import car technology, we import fuel technology, fuel also. You have money, you buy it, and drive on Indian roads which are narrow, traffic jams and all. And what we will do, you are polluting Indian environment. Foreign technology, foreign fuel, Indian pollution. Okay? So therefore, why I am advocating youngsters means you should come up with your own technology. That's what green technology or sustainable technology, no pollution. So suppose tomorrow you buy this car and use it, but oil you are importing, and there is a fighting war. You have seen Israel and other wars are there. And you know that recent times they are stopping ships also in between, some terrorists here and there. Tomorrow the Middle East say that we cannot supply the fuel, oil to you. So you have a car, this. What will you do with this? What will you do this car? You have to do this if there is no fuel. Okay? So therefore it is, you may deserve that Mercedes Benz, but eventually land up into this condition. So therefore it is important. Sustainability is important. So sustainability is, this is the Earth. If you look at, you have seen satellite picture of night lights in the previous case. Now you are seeing the Earth when, from a distance by satellite. It is bluish color, and when you start consuming fossil fuels like coal, oil, gas, what happens is they are going into the atmosphere, and atmosphere is getting climate change, pollution. So that means you are literally burning off this. Any imbalanced system, if you put too much pollutants into the system, it will become imbalanced. So you are literally burning off the fuel. So any imbalanced system will be like this. That means you are putting too many pollutants into the atmosphere. What happens? It will eventually have a problem like this. So therefore, energy resource sustainability is important. Resources are like this here. These resources are resource means energy resources, can be water resources, anything. If you start consuming it here, this will become, this part will become empty. Okay, once it becomes empty, now, okay sir, don't worry about environment, whatever energy is there, you consume, enjoy here. But the future generation, tomorrow you will not have anything. So this RP, reserve to production ratio of oil, is only 45 years. After 45 years, you cannot see the oil. So that means you all will be there after 45 years. So you will not have any oil. So therefore, this it becomes empty, then nothing will be there. So therefore, you have to come up with an indigenous technology to make the resources sustainable. So that means you have to come up with a technology. See, in the previous one there was no technology. I said no technology. Here is the S technology. This technology is keeps these resources for the future generation. You take your own share like that, but you have to develop a technology. So so that the resources will be kept for the future generation. So this technology, what is this technology? This technology is not this tool. This is the technology, is a green energy technology. What the course, the programs, green energy technology you have to develop, or renewable energy technology to keep the energy sources for the future and take care of your own share. So that's why the future generation says that there is only one earth we need to take care of. So future generation should have this. So now energy sustainability is very important. Energy sustainability is generally attained by energy efficiency, proper mix of energy sources, and make use of renewable energy sources. And there is a reliable energy supply. It depends on various factors. Those factors, I don't know whether I am just listing out because these are deeper subjects. It will take a long time to explain what are these. But anyhow, you assume that there are several factors which plays an important role in the energy supply. The energy security is very important. Tomorrow, just now I told you that tomorrow if Middle East stops petrol, and what will happen to cars I showed you. So tomorrow nuclear is stopped, all this stopped, then you will have a problem. And self-sufficiency is very important. You know that suppose if there is a war, India can maintain 45 days. The reserves are only for 45 days. After 45 days, we cannot do if they don't supply. So therefore, it is important that we should develop indigenous technology, also indigenous energy source. So that means the renewable energy sources are indigenous source like solar, wind, biomass, and whatever, geothermal, wave, and all this. So solar is there, outside sun is there. So no Biden or somebody can stop, cover Indian. So they can stop ships, oil ships, but they cannot stop sun. They cannot stop wind. So Indian sun, Indian wind, so therefore make it indigenous one. So that's the energy security means it's a continuous, uninterrupted availability of energy for a specific country or region is called energy security. So therefore that is the one. So it can be, there will be disruptions, both natural or human technologies which may create problems. So therefore what is the future challenge to make it greener technology? These are technological challenge. How to stabilize greenhouse concentrations in the atmosphere? There are many ones. There is no single technology can do it. It differs from region, market, and scale of requirements, resources, preferences, technology timings, infrastructure, and so on. So you are going for biofuels, electric, hydrogen, in the morning I told cars like that. Net zero buildings, then going for nuclear reactors are advanced. Carbon sequestration, lot of work is going on carbon sequestration. And then advanced grids, biofuels and renewables. So all this is the as you know that now biofuels and all these are coming into picture to solve the energy problem, again making it a greener energy solutions. So therefore energy reserves, as I mentioned here, that you see that by 2056 oil becomes zero. 2073 gas becomes zero. Coal will be the minimum. So if you look at for India, oil will extinct in 21 years, gas in 30 years, and of course nuclear we have large thorium based. Now fast breeder reactors are coming up. As you know, in Kalpakam they are developing thorium based fast breeder reactors. But we have coal, abundant coal. It can go up to 240 years. That means, but Indian coal is a high ash coal. 40% ash, lignite, you have seen Neyveli lignite, all these, the ash content is very high. So therefore, but Indian coal is also good one way, but one way is bad. Bad means it's a high ash content. That means if you bring 1 kg of coal from the mine to the surface, 400 grams is a useless ash. So therefore, transportation is a major problem. That is why now India is working, Indian government is giving a lot of emphasis on clean coal technologies. Clean coal technologies means don't bring ash to the surface. Okay? You convert coal underground into fuel, bring the only fuel. Okay? No need to bring all useless things to the surface and again dump there. So therefore, that's a clean coal technology. It's a converting coal into gas underground and use it. That's a clean coal technology, though we have abundant coal. This is, I think, sustainability with this renewable energy technologies can attain triple bond development, energy, environment, and which is sustainability. Your program is also sustainable green energy. So it is the security of supply, economic efficiency, and environmental protection all together becomes a sustainability by 2050. But now we know that India wants to become 2070 is a net zero scenario. By 2070, India wants to become a net zero country. 2070, that is a very important. I think some of you we will not measure by that time, but youngsters you can see that. Okay, by 2070 in net zero. So therefore, it is important that by 2050 we will have a large scale of renewables, but it's working on EVs and so on. What is the renewable green energy technologies? Because some of you are students, so you can know that what is the meaning of green energy. Here, if fossil fuels, that is coal oil, they are finite, and if you don't use them, they will be there underground. Okay, they will remain underground. It doesn't. If you don't use coal and you don't burn coal, no problem with the environment. Once you start burning, only problem. So therefore, if they are in that, they are finite source potential, and if you start using it, it spoils the environment. Whereas green energy technology, here finite source, they will extinct and become green. This red means some environmental pollution here. But this green energy technology means green to green. Green to green means the environment is greener, but even if you use the energy, still it will become green. So that's why it's called green energy technologies. So you can convert, and even if you don't use it, also still it is the exchange between environment to environment. That's why it's called green energy. That's why I showed you in the green color. So now if you look at the energy sources here, the energy source here, this mainly solar is a major one. Solar energy is coming from the sun. Some part is getting reflected. Remaining is distributed into these various forms. This is called sensible, latent heat, kinetic energy, photosynthesis, like all plants which are based on the solar energy. So then you have this power generation, solar, hydropower. You know water cycle. All of you studied in your science. Water means because of solar energy, water gets evaporated and condensed, precipitated, and comes back to the water cycle. Then if you store it in a dam and use it for producing energy, that hydroelectric power plants. Now I think government is giving a lot of emphasis on pumped hydro storage systems, storage. That is the one. And then you have geothermal, that is the tidal. All these are green energy solutions. And you can see there solar, wind, biomass, ocean, geothermal, hydroelectric, all these come under green energy technologies. I have mentioned that industrialization started 1870. Before that, sunlight to agriculture to horse was the power. But after 1870, where industrialization started, and it is going towards this. So 1970. 1870, 1970, 270, to 2070, which is going to be hydrogen. Hydrogen is going to be fuel. How to produce this? I will, in a later when I used to tell to my students, you know, the significance of this. This is some significance as far as I am concerned. So therefore, this is my year of birth, and this will become 100 years after and this one. So therefore 2070 is a very crucial year for India to become net zero. Oh, what happened? I'm going back. So if you look at the technology side, solar energy can be converted into two ways. One is the direct and the other one is indirect. Indirect means all the water, wind, biomass, all other renewables are manifestation of solar energy. Direct means you can convert solar into heat or photovoltaics to produce power. This is simple. And here there are key issues and challenges for making green energy solutions, like resilience is important. There are technical challenges, regulatory and policy framework, and transmission and system operations. See, I don't know whether you understand, some of you can understand, but again, I made these slides for doing experiment. So I thought I wanted to start this and do some experiments from here. Okay, but I think it did not work out. So if you look at the conventional system, it looks like this. Conventional means you have a coal-based power plant. Coal is, the Rankine cycle. Perhaps you studied in thermodynamics. So Rankine cycle converts electricity and you can distribute to the commercial industry and all these. And there is a centralized grid. It's a grid. Now we are talking about everything one. Okay. See, I'll ask you this electricity, what you are using now. Maybe I am using mine. Where is it coming from? Where does it come from? So is it from India or abroad? India only. It is not from abroad. It is coming from abroad also. Okay. So why it is coming from? Because now earlier, 10 years ago, Indian electricity system was divided into 4 grids: northern grid, southern grid, eastern grid. Now, recently, a couple of years back, it converted into one grid. It's called one nation, one grid. Okay. There is our Prime Minister says that OS, OW, OG. OS, OW, OG. I don't know, maybe electrical. OS means one sun. Okay. OS is one sun. Another OW means one world. And OG means one grid. One sun, one world, one grid. One grid means, see this, India become one grid. One grid means even if you produce Delhi electricity, still you can use it here in Coimbatore. You produce here, it will go there. So therefore we import electricity from our neighboring country, Bhutan. So Bhutan is, giving you for the information, Bhutan is the only country in the world which is carbon negative country. Carbon negative country means it doesn't emit any carbon dioxide. Why? Because most of the power generation is by hydroelectric. By them. So therefore we import electricity. This electricity is coming from Bhutan. Okay, now because it's one grid, and we also export Bangladesh and Pakistan. So therefore, now to Modi, Prime Minister says that, our Prime Minister says that, why don't we make as a one world as a one grid? So you produce in India and export to America, or vice versa, US. So it is possible. Why? Because just now, sometime ago, I showed you the map of night time. So what happens is now here we have sun, okay, but in US it's night. So you produce convert solar energy into electricity, supply to America where they don't have sun. And when there is sun there, you bring it back. That's if you look at the Earth, if you divide, Earth is a 360 degrees sphere. You divide 120, 123 segments, 120 each. You electrical people know 120 degrees. So put 3 power plants in the world, solar power plants. One in India, where in Rajasthan, Thar Desert. You put one power plant in Thar Desert, another one in Sahara Desert, third one is Nevada Desert. Nevada is California region. So California one power plant, Africa one plant, India one. So you produce when there is sun and you supply to the entire world. That's what Prime Minister says. You one nation, one grid, one world, one sun, and one grid. But anyhow, we'll see. So this is there is a Desertec one plant is there. They are proposing in Sahara Desert. They want to put a bigger solar plant. They want to supply the entire Europe with energy storage. So this is what we are anticipating. This how green technologies for sustainability is this way. So not like this, it's a red, it's polluting. This you have to go with this. You have to have a electric chargers, wind and solar and various forms. Okay, it will take a long time to explain, but essentially hydrogen is also one of the options here. So convert this into this, then it will become a green technologies for sustainable development. So it has to be like that. And how do we do that? It is there is the option to increase the flexibility. You can go for system, this thing, services, load, flexible transmission, storage. Storage, energy storage is a major challenge, and each one of you have a energy storage. All of you have energy storage. So you are storing energy in your cell phones. Okay. So therefore, even we are talking about EV, electric vehicles, all are storage systems. So you store when sun is there, you store that energy in the batteries, and in the night time you can use it back. So this is a typical grid, renewable energy grid. We developed this ICCM, integration, control, communication and metering system. This is how do we control all this. You have seen backside here. What is that? Just in the morning is when you have a wind turbine and you can couple, like you showed no here in the previous case. You can go with wind and solar and like wind farm. You can integrate that and come back. And we developed one. This one is you can also go for biomass here. Biomass produce hydrogen. This is solar, biomass and hydrogen. It's called autonomous integrated renewable energy system. IRES means integrated renewable energy system. So design concept, you can go with storage and so on and explain you this how it works. It is I think it's a more of an electrical side, how inverter. Just now the interview somebody asked whether flexible inverter or this inverter. So inversion conversion is a major problem. So this is another integrated renewable energy system. These are all block diagram. How we can connect various sources here: wind turbine, diesel, biomass, and other distributed system. Here, concentrating photovoltaic system, photovoltaic. All this connected, then it becomes a one grid here. All you can put them into one grid. See, you put a solar plant on this rooftop, another plant, another one. All you put it there and use it. Even if the other building requires energy, they can take from here. So that's one. So we worked on this integrated renewable energy system. Here, what happens is you have solar, sun, biomass. There's a village which is a tribal village. We give power supply to that. It is located in West Bengal. You know Shantiniketan, Rabindranath Tagore's place. There, Vishwabharati University installed that in a tribal village, and which gives water, which gives electricity, cooking gas, and water. It works it's called bio-CPV concept, biomass and concentrating photovoltaics, and hydrogen is another source. And there is AV digester in this to come up. This is the typical system configuration. Maybe you may understand. This is the calculations for that. So you get cooking gas here, where there is electricity. It's a village. There are 60 huts, and we give electricity to that huts as well as community center and all. This is the plant here, installed here. So there's a tribal villages at the back side, and these are biogas digesters, and it is connected to an engine. It produces electricity, some storage, and solar panels are on the top and side. And this is a system which is installed here, and it works based on that. And a typical electricity is the solar collectors converts power, produce electricity. The other side is photovoltaic, converts into electricity. You have storage in this case. And future is going to be energy storage. So therefore, there are a lot of energy storage. Lead acid batteries are there. Your lithium-ion batteries and flywheel. So many pumped hydro. Now India, if you look at yesterday's newspaper, Indian government is setting up pumped hydro storage of 2 massive plants. What is the pumped hydro means? Hydroelectric power plants. A dam is there. Because of the potential energy, it produces electricity by running the turbine. But now what happens is in the night time,
the loads, night time you don't use these lights, but there is a excess energy. What you do is you use to pump back to the storage bank reservoir and then drain it during the daytime. Night time you pump water off, daytime you bring it down, so that the energy stored in the form of potential energy. So that is the one. There is no problem. Now it is there. There is a okay. So this is the one. It's not moving. So there is another one is the energy storage for solar energy is also another one. It's called storage plant. And there are several materials which are used. A typical energy system looks like this: a solar plant and these are energy storage. You have seen back and it's called packed bed thermoplate storage system. There are several materials which are now we are talking about rare earth material. Lithium is found in Jammu and here. These are some of the rare earth materials which are used for energy storage. And if you look at across the world, there are several locations we can find these materials which can be used for that. And their applications are here. The rare earth materials can be used for PV and battery and electric vehicles, wind energy conversion and so on. The details are there. So I mentioned that with those things, my group at IIT Madras is more interested to develop indigenous, as I mentioned, advocated that indigenous, you develop locally, your money is yours and it will be helpful to local people. We have developed more than 20 technologies. Our approach is 4D approach. 4D means design, development, demonstration, deployment. So what is the meaning of this? Generally, it is R&D. You perhaps heard of R&D. I think we started calling this 4. 4 is our group R&D, our favorite number 4. It is everywhere 4s. So 4 A's, 4 B's, 4 C's, 4 D's, 4 E's, and 4 T's. Okay. So now I am showing you 4 D's. There is a 4E also. Sharon, 4E is energy, exergy, environment, and economic analysis. 4E means energy, exergy, environment, and economic analysis for any system. 4D is a design, development, demonstration, and deployment. So what we do is we talk about, you design in the lab, you develop it, demonstrate it, deploy in the field, on the field. So deployment is generally not done by us as an academicians. It is done by our industrial assets. We develop technology and give it to the industry. Technology transfer patents. So we file patents and transfer technology. They will implement in that, and they will pay, of course, they will pay the royalty for us. So we have developed several technologies and we have given to the industries. I have incubated about 12 to 13 companies, and some of them are doing still very well. So that is the thing. These are some of these. I am not going to detail. I will show you how they are indigenous. This is my lab. I think Sharon is also there in this. Now this is our group some time ago. This is our lab, and these are, as I mentioned, that these are the solar collector technologies indigenously developed. And so here you can see that these are all technologies. One is dish, all this. I think in want of time I am not going in detail. If those who are interested, you can look at my web page. Everything is there. So this is the solar dish technologies where it concentrates solar energy into high temperature heat. We are going just now. Why I took some time, because I will also explain. Maybe I don't know whether it is there in that or not. I attended a DST meeting where we have a big project. We are installing a dry generation system in Ladakh Leh. Okay, Leh is the location. Ladakh is the state. There the temperatures are -20 to +20. So we have demonstrated first phase. Now today is the review for giving second phase. We are going to install dry generation means we identified one Buddhist monastery. There we are installing solar system which produces heat for cooking, because they have a old age home, they have this yoga center, and they have a boys hostel, girls hostel, and all. We are going to supply heat for food cooking, and then -20 degrees to +20 means it's a space conditioning is required, space heating. That's a space heating. And the third one is agricultural drying. So they produce apple and apricot. That's the agricultural product, because in Ladakh, what they do is only 6 months they can live in that Ladakh. 6 months they cannot survive, because they will come down. Come down means they go to Manali, go to Delhi and all. So therefore, our technology makes them to live even winter also. Winter -20 degrees is very difficult, and in India we don't have. So therefore, this is the technology which we are going to implement there. And I have we have made an atlas to the entire country, which is commercially viable. Red color, red is not viable. Green is viable technology, and blue is conditionally viable. These are some of the technologies we have transferred. This is a post-marshal dish, that is another company dish we installed at IIT Madras. This is a concentrating photovoltaic system. You have seen that previous one. This is another parabolic trough. Because of want of time, I'm going more. So this is another setup at IIT Madras. Again, you see that people are standing. This much massive structure which is on the rooftop. It's a test bed for concentrators, solar concentrators. This we installed in a school. This is the Pathashala, J.D. Krishnamurthy Foundation, perhaps you know. The Pathashala in Valipuram, on the back of Polar River. This is installed. It produces heat, water, hot desalination, then air conditioning, cooking, and electricity. It's called poly generation system. It is installed there, and it caters that. There are some test facilities. These are technologies which we have transferred to the company. This is a pharmaceutical company in Hyderabad. They produce heat and supply to the. You know that biotech, where vaccines are produced. It's called Genome Valley. Genome Valley is located in Hyderabad. They produce this Bharat vaccines, no? Bharat Biotech. It is close to that place. This is a company which is genetics. And there are other ones. These are collector technologies. You have a solar tracking system for this, and this is a tri-generation system where you can concentrate solar energy. All these are indigenous development. So another thing is this is a technology which gives hot water, desalination. This is a desalination. How to convert sea water into potable water. So India has a lot of coastal area. Even in Chennai, you know that Chennai we get water, sea water conversion. In Chennai, I think there are now 3 water plants are working. One is I think 2 are in south. Nemali, and another one is in Minjur. They convert sea water into drinking water. That is one plant is 2 plants are 100 ml, and one plant is 400 ml. 400 billion liters per day. They take sea water, convert this, and they reject brine into the sea, and the recovery rate is about 5%. So 5% is recovered. Even I don't know whether IIT Madras receives that, but South South Chennai, entire South Chennai is supplied by the desalination plant. I don't know, if you go to ECR Road, East Coast Road, you can see down south before Mahabalipuram, before Kalpakam, you can see that one plant, Mahabalipuram plant. So that is a commission. We are working also on desalination. Our Sharon worked extensively on desalination. So I think is going to present the same thing. So we are going to present desalination. I am not going to do that. And this is one such plant. And I think they installed. This is the desalination plant, producing potable water, multi-stage. This is another one. Sharon worked on this, and this is also a skill with a step. And we also worked on human waste conversion, because now Swachh Bharat, this government started Swachh Bharat. This toilets is a major one. So how to make toilets, zero discharge toilets. The zero discharge means no liquid discharge, no solid discharge into the environment. This is how to convert human waste into fertilizer. This is but this is synthetic human waste which is converted. This is another, again this is in Tirupur only, here nearby. Nearly most of the textile plants, textile effluents need to be treated. So this is a plant which treats the textile effluent, because as you know that now Indian textiles industry is better. Now maybe I think recently, you know why? Because earlier most of the Indian textile industries are in deep trouble. Why? Because their environmental norms are very stringent. So they are unable to recover money of their products, and most of them are export. They export to the Western countries, and they are unable to recover money because of the Bangladeshi textile. There is a huge competition from Bangladesh. So now the Bangladesh fighting well, so now most of the textiles industries they are moving into India. So otherwise the effluent treatment is a major challenge here. This is one of them. So we, with our colleagues, we did it here in Tirupur. This is the toilet, the net zero toilet we installed in Krishna Hostel. Sharon is also a participant of this. This is the net zero toilet. You can see solar zero discharge toilet. No liquid, no solid discharge. The solid is converted into fertilizer and liquid is recycled and reused. It's hermetically sealed, and it uses solar panels to separate liquid and solids, and then there's a desalination plant here and there's a dryer here, and they use this. It's installed in our Krishna Hostel for testing purpose. This is the one. And we also developed mobility, solar mobility, and this is another which you have seen earlier. These are the development. I think this is the last technology which I'm going to show. This is a characterization facility. Got it outlet. It's the first of its kind in India to evaluate the insulating materials for power generation. So coming to conclusions, I think I want to start by starting. So conclusion is future energy system should be a comprehensive green. This workshop is on green energy technologies for sustainability. It has to be sustainable. So therefore, I think I will go back slightly. So this is the one which comprehensive electric vehicles distributed system, and it's towards resilient energy generation. Storage solutions can have flexibility and efficiency. So therefore, green energy solutions are important for sustainability. That's what the outcome is. And with that, I thank you. So how many of you have visited IIT Madras? Only 4 5. Okay. None of so see, IIT Madras is about close to 700 acres campus, and it is 21% is constructed area. Remaining is the forest. Okay, and we lived in the forest. We are living in the forest. So the problem is, I call it as a human zoo. You know zoo. So you went to zoo to see the animals. So there in IIT Madras, you can see human being in cages. Okay, so that's the thing. And these are my friends. You can see that. Now I think in recent times it is become so. See what happened is recently, about 2 weeks ago, a person caught, hit the base, some 2 days killed. So therefore, since then our speed became only 20 kilometers per hour. So inside driving campus is only 20 kilometers, and if you exceed the limit, then you have to pay 10,000 rupees fine. And if it goes twice, then they will confiscate the vehicle. So now I think to come to campus, you have to drive only 20 km. You cannot cross more than 20. And already some of our faculty paid the fine also, 10,000. It's massive. And it's 1 lakh other fine. So now you have seen, I think there are 500 deals like that. This is one of them. This is called spotted thing. This spots are there, but we have black box and all these 5 varieties. So now you can see this, our friend, you have seen, all of you have seen. What do you notice from there? You can, this person is looking very seriously at you. Huh? Correct? I think each one of you, this person is looking very seriously. Why? What for?
Take photo.
Not take photo. See, he's looking for this. Okay. What is this? So, if you have any questions, you ask this person. I will answer on for another person's behalf. Okay. That's why this person is looking at seriously. If you have any questions, let me know. Not photographs. Okay. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, you can write to me if you don't have questions, if you have questions later, you can write to me and take my email from madam and come back. If you are hungry, no problem. Happy.
It's my immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on this wonderful occasion. I would like to thank our resource person Dr. K. Srinivas Reddy for his insightful session on indigenous solar energy technologies for sustainable development. Thank you, sir. I thank our chairman, Mr. Suryanarayan sir, our managing trustee, engineering, Srinivasan sir, our trustee, Mr. Raja sir, our secretary, Dr. R. Suresh Kumar sir, for his encouragement. I extend my sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. N. Janaki Manandar sir, for his constant support and guidance. I thank Dr. C. Prabha, head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, for her encouragement and guidance. Finally, I thank all the participants from various colleges for making this FDP a successful one. Thank you all.